and spell your name.
My name is Bill Wells, W-E-L-L-S, and I'm the mayor of the city of El Cajon.
Okay. Mayor, talk to me about this prayer service that you had earlier today. Were you in attendance, and just what was the whole purpose of this event?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't my prayer event. It's a prayer and worship event that's going on all over the country. They've been in a couple hundred cities already. So yeah, okay. I did come. They asked me to come and asked if I would open in prayer, and I did.
Okay, so we are in a purple tier situation according to the state as far as COVID-19 restrictions are concerned, and this is a gathering of, I guess, a couple hundred people. What is your response to people who may say this is irresponsible to do right now?
Well, the fact is that this kind of gathering, excuse me, the fact is this kind of gathering is legal based upon it being outside by the rules of the county. So that's one thing. Also, this gathering has been taking place all over the country. They've had dozens and dozens of these. And of course, they get a lot of scrutiny. And they've never had a COVID case transmitted back to the event or traced back to the event. So
how would you know that?
Well, I talked to the organizer of the event. I don't think he would lie to me.
Okay, well, I can't prove that. So
no, I'm just telling you.
But even social distancing and people wearing masks, was that required?
Some people were wearing masks, some people weren't. It was like a concert type event. But I got to tell you the truth. I've never felt that lockdowns worked. I think that viruses are going to take their course. All people are going to be exposed to it. I don't think it should be taken cavalierly. The virus is very serious, but only about 0.5% of the people that contract the virus actually die of the virus. And almost 90% of the people that have died are over the age of 70. So I don't think that this was particularly dangerous, in my opinion. Governor Cuomo seems to be agreeing with me. Lori Lightfoot from Chicago now thinks that opening up, now that the inaugurations happen, everybody seems to think that opening back up makes a lot of sense. So
I don't think that's what they're saying in California. I haven't heard that here since the election.
Well, the reporting is that Governor Newsom's going to open up restaurants tomorrow. We'll see if that really happens. That's what I'm seeing all over the internet today. So I think that the lockdowns are going to start dissipating.
Okay. So you're saying this is a legal event and you were socially distanced or spread out, or it was like a concert? I'm just trying to understand what event this
is. It was like a concert. It's a worship event. So people go to listen to music and sing music. I wasn't there very long. I went up, gave my prayer, and I left. But what I saw didn't concern me.
Okay. So how do you guys go about contact tracing to say that you've never gotten any cases out of it? How do you go about that?
No idea. It's not my event. I didn't.
But they're your citizens, right? Those are people from El Cajon, and so will you work with the county for contact tracing?
The organizers of the event?
I'm sorry?
Are you asking me if the organizers of the event were from El Cajon?
I'm asking you if the people who attended were from El Cajon, and if you plan to.
I think they were from all over the county.
Okay. All over San Diego County. And so will you or the city of El Cajon work with the county to help tracing to see if anything was spread there?
Absolutely. We cooperate with the county everywhere we can.
Okay. All right. So again, what would you say to people who may be concerned about an event like this during a time where we're still basically in the throes of a pandemic?
I would say that 90% of the people that die from COVID are over 70, that 95 or 99.5% of the people that contract COVID survive. I don't think that lockdowns work. There's no proof that lockdowns work. We have the mayor of New York saying lockdowns no longer work. The mayor of Chicago saying lockdowns no longer work. So I'm in good company in that.
But are they not working because we just won't do it? We
Not if
won't
you
wear
look at
masks, we won't social distance, we won't stop gathering in dozens of people.
Yeah,
Is that why it's not working?
I hear that, but I want you to think about this. Arizona is not locked down, and Florida is really not locked down, and their numbers are the same as ours or better. The worst places in the country are New York and California, and they're the ones that had the strongest lockdowns. So it does not appear that lockdowns work compared to other states.
But I think that's a little disingenuous because Arizona was one of the highest at some point, and so was Florida, and so was Georgia, and so is Texas. It's not like they never had
never as high as New York and never high as California.
Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. I know that for a fact. That's not true that they were never as high. They were one of the highest.
I disagree with that, but
okay, all right.
I want to go back down to what I said before. See, a lot of people try to pin me down and say, you're wrong because.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's okay, but a lot of people do, and because the cases are high. There's a lot to talk about with cases. First off, most people, 90% of the people that test positive for COVID don't have enough COVID to get sick or to transmit it because of cycle.
And how can you prove that?
Because of cycle thresholds. When you do the test, it's a PCR test, and you have to run the test over and over again until you get enough COVID in the test to say it's a positive test. Some people have low cycle thresholds, which means they have a lot of COVID in their system, and they can be a positive test. But and that's usually about 10 cycles. Some people get up to 30 or 35 cycles. And if you have 30 or 35 cycles before you get a positive COVID test, it means you've been exposed to the virus, but the virus is not enough in you to transmit it or to cause symptoms.
Are you a medical doctor, sir?
No, I'm a registered nurse, and I have a PhD in psychology.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. I'd never heard that before, but okay. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add? That's fine. No problem. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, just, you know what? There is something about this event that people don't talk about, and that it gives people hope. There's a lot of despair. There's a lot of fear in the world. Lockdowns cause many, many, many times more deaths by suicides and overdoses than they do save lives.
More deaths than 400,000 Americans?
Suicide rate is up 145%. Now, wait a second. When you say 400,000
well, you said suicide is causing more deaths than COVID, and I don't agree with that. That's all I'm saying. That was a little off to me.
In the people that are not living in nursing homes, the people that are below 70, there's very, very few deaths in people below 70. So,
but not suicide though. That's what you said, that there
suicides are up 145%.
But that's not more than what's been killed by COVID.
Okay, but I say this in response to the people that say, don't you care? Every death should count. When I say 99.5% of the people that get COVID survive, they say, no, every death counts. And I said, well, what about all the people that died from suicides? You know, there's more people that died of overdoses in San Francisco this year than died of COVID. So
I don't know what the point is. What do you mean? What is your point?
The lockdowns are causing so much despair in people that they're dying of overdoses.
Okay.
They're killing themselves and they're dying of accidental overdoses. We should be concerned about that. And back to your question, you said, what else do you want to say? I said, this event brings hope to people. And I think that's really valuable. And we can argue about the value of lockdowns versus the value of not lockdowns, but it's hard to argue that people of faith have a chance to come out and worship. And I think that's helpful to them.
Okay.
Especially when you consider churches have been locked down, which is very un-American, unconstitutional.
But they can worship outdoors legally. You just told me that. So they are not technically locked down, correct?
Churches right now are not allowed to. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if it's been back and forth. I don't remember what's happening with churches right now.
Okay.
But I know they can't eat inside.
Right.
Which is
okay. All right. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. I don't want to hold you up. I know you told me you were on your way out the door, but thank you so much.
I got a radio thing. So thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.